Hello reception, welcome back. Monday morning, a new phonics lesson, lots of learning to be done. We made a fantastic start with our phonics last week and I'm sure we are going to continue that this week. This week we will be recapping two sounds again, just like we did last week. So we started with sh and ch. This week we will be doing two new sounds and of course our tricky words lesson on Friday. So lots to do. All very exciting. Now, as always, we're going to start our phonics lesson with our flashcards. So, are you ready? Are you steady? Okay, here goes. Yep. So, first sound. Kwa. Kwa. Ch. Ch. Oi. Oi. Mm. Mm. Oh. Oh. Ah. Ah. Uh. 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 Shh. Shh. Okay, remember, so on this one, there's two slightly different sounds, okay? Can you remember them? Okay, so we have ooh, ooh, ooh. Well done. Two sounds here as well. So we have E or E or E or. Okay, a few more to go. A. Ear. Ear. Ow. Ow. And the last one. I. Hey, excellent job, everybody. Well done if you're saying them along at home with me, and well done if you're doing the actions, the ones you know as well. Okay, now we've practiced our flashcards. We're going to have a look at some reading some sentences, okay? So I'm going to bring the sentences up here. Make it nice and big. There we go. So just a reminder, we haven't done this for a few days. Any words in blue here that you see, these are what we call some tricky words, okay? So we can't always sound them out using our thread fingers. So these words we just need to learn by sight. And any red letters here are, of course, digraphs or trigraphs, okay? So over to you. Have a go at reading. If at home, if you feel you need a little bit longer to read the sentence before I come in and read it, just pause the video, take a bit longer, and then when you're ready, press play, okay? Don't feel rushed, just take your time. Okay, over to you. Okay, so this sentence here, we have the duck said quack 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 quack. The duck said quack quack. Okay, well done if you're reading along at home. And we've got our full stop on the end of our sentence here, and a capital letter at the start of our sentence, of course. Okay, on to our next sentence. Okay, so again, take your time if needed, pause the video if needed. Over to you. Can you read this sentence? Okay, so this sentence here, we start with a nice big capital C, a nice big capital curly K, which is making the sound K, and then we go in so K, A, N, can you see the chick? Can you see the chick? Can you see the chick on our page? I think we can just here, can't we? Can you see the chick? And this time we have some different punctuation at the end of our sentence actually. Do you know what this is called here? If you do, can you tell your mummies and daddies? Okay, so here is what we call a question mark, and we use this for when we want to ask a question. So, can you see the chick? Do you want to play with me? What are you having for lunch? All of these are questions, and if we are writing them, we would put a question mark on the end, just like this one here. Okay, so maybe at home you can practice writing a question later and practicing a question mark. That would be amazing. Okay, excellent everybody. Well done. So good little recap to start the lesson. And now we can move on to today's sound. Now the sound we're going to focus on today is another digraph. And it's this digraph here, okay? Now, there are two slightly different ways again that we can pronounce this sound, okay? So we have th, and so just listen very carefully. So we have and then this one here is a slightly softer, okay? So and now whether we were making this sound or this sound, remember this is the only time you are allowed to stick your tongue out at a teacher, because to make this sound correctly you need to stick your tongue out slightly just so it's poking just past your teeth, just like this. Okay, can you practice that at home? Okay, well done. Now, just like with the two digraphs or the to learn when to use the correct digraph, it just takes practice. Okay, so some words have a and some words have a, and to learn these words, it's just down to practice. Okay, now we're going to watch a video now, which will go through some of the words that uses this digraph, and it will help you to recognize when to use the and. Okay, so let me get the video up just here and listen along carefully at home. Okay.
Hello and welcome to Little Learners. In today's video we are going to be looking at this digraph, which sometimes sounds like v and sometimes sounds like f. Don't forget to subscribe to Little Learners so you see lots more videos like this. Let's start off by thinking about this digraph when it sounds like v. T. That. Let's sound that out again. T. That. Let's move on to the next word. Them. Shall we try that again? Them. Let's move on to the next word. This. Let's sound that out one more time. This. Now let's take a look at this digraph. When it sounds like can you make the sound? Let's take a look at some words that have in them. Moth. Let's try that again. Moth. Shall we move on to another word? Think. Let's sound that out one more time. Think. Can you think of another word? Sloth. Let's try that one more time. Sloth. Good job, everyone. So that concludes our digraph or v. Don't forget to take a look.
Okay. So as you could see from the video there, to learn whether you need to make a v or a sound, it just takes some practice. The more reading you can do, the better, and you'll learn which digraph to use with which words, okay? So, well done everybody. Well done if you were reading along at home and using your thread fingers as well, okay? Now, we've practiced some reading today. Now we're going to have a little look at how to write our digraph v or okay? Now, so I have my whiteboard here with me. Now again, if you know our little saying, our little rhyme, which we use to help us form our letters, say it along with me, okay? Our first letter in this digraph is of course a T, our t sound if it was on its own, but of course it's in the digraph here, the letter T. So I'm going to come down the tower, out the tower, and across the tower, okay? Now the second letter within this digraph is the letter H, okay? We've practiced this letter a lot recently, and with our letter H, we're going to start at the horse's head, we're going to come down to his hooves, up over his back, and flick, okay? Now the next one, again, we're going to practice this again. We're going to make sure we leave a finger space in between our writing here to make sure it's not all bunched up together. And I know some of you are practicing this really well in your diary writing at home, so keep that going, okay? Keep making sure you're using your finger spaces. Good job. So, finger space, and now I'm going to come down the tower, out the tower, across the tower, and then down the horse's head to his hooves, up over his back, and flick. There we go, okay? Now, what I would like today, please, is if you could all practice writing this digraph at home, okay? If you could all practice writing this digraph at home. If you're confident to write some words that use this digraph, then write some words. And if you're feeling super confident, can you practice writing a sentence maybe? Okay. When you've had a little go at some writing, what would be fantastic is if you could go on a hunt around your house and find different objects where you have three of the same things. They don't have to be exactly the same. So for example, you might go outside and find 3 pebbles, okay? Or you might go to your sofa and you might find 3 cushions, okay? Or you might find 3 toy cars, okay? That's your challenge today, because of course the number 3 starts with the sound, okay? So that's your challenge today. Can you practice the writing of the digraph? And then can you go on a hunt around your house and find groups of objects where you can put them into groups of 3, okay? As always, if you have any questions, feel free to message myself, Miss Michelle, Miss Monique, and we will be more than happy to help you. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.